Hey everybody, it's Andy's Free Guitar Chart videos here. Welcome to my YouTube subscribers and my Facebook group friends. Andy's Free Guitar Chart videos Facebook group can be accessed by looking below the video and following the instructions for the URL put together, where you can view the Andy's Free Guitar Chart videos Facebook group, the charts in fairly good resolution with comments, and the videos also put together to one video, or you can watch them on YouTube and just connect one to the other, approximately 10-15 minutes each, and that works for a lot of people too. So give it a like, subscribe, share, give it a try, get your guitar, and we're going to jump right into it. I've been working a lot on this particular chart here, and let's look at it. It's chart number 394. All 7 modal local scales, root, major scale, string shape, build, fitting. Focus on scales, cages, and local chords. What I mean by local chords, well, that's what this chart's going to be leading to, but this the particular cages and the local chords, I found that we're not going to be working on the local chords just yet until we put it to a groove. So the most important part is up here. All 7 modal local scales. What do we got? How many fretboards are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many notes in a scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many notes in a minor scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many notes in a diminished scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we've got all that. Let's start to look over here first, because we're not going to get over here if we don't get here now. This is important stuff, guys, girls, students, people, observers, or active guitarists. As you know, the modal string shapes, which are the bottom 3 notes, it works out with the modal to be 3 notes. It's the bottom string 3 notes of the modes of the modal scale. So if we start with, down here, we start with a root 2, 3, it's going to be root 2, 3. And then moving up to the next string, we have 4, 5, 6. That's the C4 Lydian mode. This is the Ionian, this is the Lydian, and on and on. And we go up to the shorter ones, E root 2, or E7 root 2, C3, 4, 5. Okay, then on the guitar, we hit the tuning warp here, so we have to bring it up 1. And then we have G6, 7 root, and then we have D, 2, 3, 4, and since we only have 6 strings but we have 7 modes, then we'll have to just hop up here for a 5, 6, 7 on the same string. We'll just bend to that top note. So that's those are the modal string shapes, as I call them. Okay, and they are actually, we'll put me over out of the way for a second, and we'll get to the keyboard. So what do we got here? These are the modal string shapes. Now this build, you can build them from any of the string shapes, starts on the A, 5, 6, 7, the roots right here, so that's below there. So as indicated, there's the Mixolydian. Up on top of that is root 2, 3 Ionian. The Lydian is 4, 5, 6. The Locrian, so this would be the bottom string if we're playing a Locrian in the E box. E box is here. The Locrian starts on the 7, which is 1 note below the finger bar. So right here, okay, the E string shape, which is really the Locrian string shape. So we want 7 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. To these string shapes, the Locrian, if we put it on the bottom, we've got a Locrian scale. Say we put the 6, 7 root on the bottom. I'm going to start on my A here. I'm down tuned 2 whole steps, so my A is up here. Okay, so it would be 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. So that would be the, whoops, I've talked about the handrails on this chair that I'm using now. It's so funny, my other chair just fell apart last year on the day I was supposed to chair a meeting. My chair fell apart. That was cost me $50 to get another used chair, and that one's, you know, kind of falling apart. It's good to lounge in, but to sit up and play, and I got to deal with these guys. So I got them padded so I don't damage my guitar and bump into them. Okay, so what's going on here with this? Now I'm going to get back over here for a second, but I'm going to read this to you before we lose this. An example, play the what are we doing today? We're going to be assigning each of these modes etc. We're going to be assigning each of the modes its own root. So of course we have our root key of C, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, right? So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But now we're going to give each and every modal scale its own root count. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dorian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Phrygian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Lydian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mixolydian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Aeolian, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root Locrian. So we're going to give them their own count. And why are we going to do that? Well, because people like Eric Haugen like that. Says it respects the mode, but there's a reason why we're going to do it, or why I realize why we should do it. And let's zoom out a second and look at this. Focus on cages and local chords. How do we make a chord? 1, 3, 5. Okay, so if we're going to count a local chord, say from Phrygian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all we have to do is 1, 3, 5 for that chord. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to start renaming the chords. But then, as usual, I stumbled onto something, and this is the most gratifying thing about learning guitar with charts, teaching guitar. There's almost 400 charts with the video boxes. Of course, I started charts, you know, on paper. And that is the reason why we're going to do this, is because we got some benefits to this. But so you'll have to trust me, we're going to stumble onto those benefits, and I'll show you. What it does is it gives us scale expandability, okay, and to connect scales from other scales without having to do a caged calculation in our head. In other words, let's say I start a Phrygian scale here. Okay, so you get this groove going. Now you want to go, maybe you get up here. You want to go up here a little bit without just looking at the colored notes, knowing where those notes are. Pianists know where the notes are, they just look at them. There's nothing wrong with looking at a note to identify it. Okay, but guitar, obviously, there's not always a note to look for there. I like to play in the dark, believe me, it helps me practice the scales, you know.